Alright, hey everyone. How's it going? I say it's nice that we're a little. I want to say a little, maybe halfway through Golden Wildfire now. We're obviously not gonna finish in the next 2 days, so that kind of sucks. Uh, Definitely be put on hold for a little while. Who knows? Maybe we'll end up finishing this weekend. Maybe I'll feel like streaming one day then. Alright, I remember that before we start today, we have a bunch of what is it? A bunch of support combos to do, so we'll get those done out of the way. Then we'll do that paralogue we have with Leone and Shamir. And then we will move on with the story. Let's get all these done out of the way first.
Hey there, got time for a little chat?
I do, but don't you kind of have a lot going on right now? Oh, I should probably be using your title now, shouldn't I? Since you're a king and all, your majesty.
Call me whatever you want. I'm still the same Claude.
I was shocked when I heard you were going to be the king of Leicester. I never imagined you'd be able to unify the alliance and make it all official.
Hey, it was your idea. Don't tell me you forgot.
Oh, right, the thing. The thing I definitely remember. That thing.
Are you sure? You're not filling me with confidence in your memory here. You said that the Alliance should get rid of the Round Table system so we could act more decisively.
Oh yeah, I did say that. But I didn't expect you to remake the whole Alliance as a federation. Whatever that is.
Alliance, Federation, they're the same thing with different names. I just established something new to get rid of the old system.
Huh. I guess it makes sense when you put it that way.
You're a strange one, you know that? I find myself actually wanting to open up to you. It's probably because you don't seem to have any strings attached. Makes it easy to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm just a wandering mercenary. All my life, I've never had many relationships to speak of.
Right. You were taken in pretty young, weren't you?
Yeah, I don't remember any of it, but that's what my mom told me.
The lady who raised you. What kind of person was she?
How do I put it? It was like she could do anything. She taught me all sorts of stuff. We lived in a small village deep in the mountains. It was a humble life, and I didn't interact much with the other villagers. Then one day, my mom suddenly got sick and passed away, and I was booted out of the village. I had to use everything she taught me just to stay alive after that.
So, you were left to face the world all alone after they kicked you out, huh?
The whole time, yeah. I became a mercenary, but the groups I joined didn't last for long. So I ended up drifting from one place to the next. And that's how I ended up like this, completely untethered.
I see. You know, I think I understand you a little better now.
Though I suppose I can't say for certain that I don't have any connections.
You mean your power?
Yeah, I still have no idea what it actually is, or who my real parents are.
Just remember that no matter what you find out, it won't change who you are. Just like how becoming a king hasn't changed who I am.
Hilda, did you get hurt at all?
Nope, I'm totally fine. I'm super glad we won that battle today.
Me too, but it was touch and go for a moment there. Make sure you're not overdoing it, okay?
Is that what it seemed like? I didn't think I was pushing myself at all.
I mean, you were way up in the front with me. Didn't you say you wanted to hang back and relax?
What can I say? When I saw you up there, I couldn't help but chase after you. Despite all that stuff I said, I guess I do still worry.
But I thought worrying about people like me was a waste of time.
Well, that's what I thought. But it turns out you and my brother are different after all.
So, what you're saying is... it's different because we're friends and he's family?
No, that's not it. My friends are just as important to me as my brother. Look at it this way. I could cheer for you till I'm blue in the face, but if I'm stuck all the way in the back, you won't even notice. And I'd lose track of you in all the commotion.
Yeah, I guess that's what would happen.
So, how am I supposed to cheer for you if I don't get up close?
But you weren't cheering. You were actually participating in the battle.
Hey, it's not my fault there were so many enemies up there. They forced my hand. I'd have been in danger if I hadn't fought back. I get the feeling that you have some kind of problem with me being so close by.
No, not at all. Why would I?
Glad to hear it. And this way, you get to see all my valiant deeds up close. You've got to be happy about that, right?
I'm not sure happy's the right word, but I'm definitely grateful for your help. You're pretty strong too, you know. You really are Hulk's little sister. I can't think of anyone I'd rather have watching my back.
Oh, please don't say that. I can't handle that kind of responsibility. Our win wasn't because of me or anything. You know I'm basically a weakling, right?
No.
After seeing what you can do, weakling isn't what comes to mind. But I guess you can seem shaky out there sometimes.
Exactly. So shaky. That's why it's up to you to make sure I'm perfectly safe during battles.
Of course I will. But aren't you supposed to be cheering me on so I don't die?
I'm obviously going to do that. And in exchange, you protect me. It'd be a little selfish of you to get all that encouragement for free, don't you think?
Right, if you say so. I think I've lost the thread of this conversation.
That's okay. The point is, we just gotta stick together and keep doing our best.
Hey, you gotta hear this!
What's up, Raphael? You're looking extra cheerful today.
Have you seen the looks on all the soldiers' faces lately? Don't they seem way more motivated?
Well, yeah. I was wondering what was going on with that.
Well, I was curious too, so I asked. And you know what they said?
Is it because they got a pay bump? Finances are always a great motivator, I've found.
Come on, not everyone's fighting just for the money.
Sorry, guess I can't help but look at things from a mercenary's perspective.
They all said it was because of the food.
You don't mean...
Yep, they've all been eating the dishes we came up with. You know, with the smoked meat and the rotten food.
Hey, didn't I tell you not to call it rotten? In any case, our hard work definitely paid off. And the food's great too, if I do say so myself.
Right? I could eat that stuff over and over again and never get sick of it.
And it's a big hit with the soldiers too. They said they actually get excited for mealtime now.
Plus, it's made them fight way harder in battle.
I'm really glad everyone's so happy with it. Makes all our effort feel completely worthwhile.
You bet. See, food's important no matter who, when, or where you are.
Yeah, back in my mercenary days, I'd scarf down any old scraps so long as I was full at the end of it. But I've changed my outlook. Honestly, I feel like I can work even harder now that I can look forward to all my meals. And I never would have gotten here without you, Raphael. Thanks.
Huh. I was just thinking the same thing about you. Guess we helped each other equally.
You know, I scrounged up every last piece of gold I could find just so I could go to the Officers Academy and become a knight.
But once it shut down, opening the inn was basically my only option. But then, running the inn helped me realize all sorts of important stuff too. And now I'm sure, once this war's all wrapped up, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to become the best innkeeper in all of Foldland.
Sounds like a solid plan. But you'll probably need to up your cooking game even more if that's the end goal.
Yeah, I bet I'll have to train under a real great chef to get me where I want to be. Oh, and while I'm at it, I'm gonna come up with a brand new style of cooking. Something that'll really work my muscles.
What would that even look like?
Well, I don't know. I haven't invented it yet. Whatever the case, I know what I want to do now.
Hey, what do you say to tagging along with me? I think you've got a real knack for this cooking stuff.
I'll think about it. Just be ready to have me showing up at your doorstep if the mercenary work ever dries up.
So you're gonna stick to being a hired hand, huh? Well, as long as that's what you want to do. Oh, but keep an eye out for an invitation from me. You'll definitely have to come over and try all the rotten food I cook up.
Seriously, stop calling it that. But thanks. I'm looking forward to it, Raphael.
Oh, yeah, so it's just... Yeah, I just gotta get Holst up to A. And that'll be it.
Hey, do you have a moment?
What's going on, Ignatz? Finally leaving on that journey to see the world?
No, not that. In fact, we're not going to talk about my dreams today. You always ask questions about me, but you never talk about yourself. So, I thought it was high time I asked about you. You certainly have piqued my curiosity.
What, you got a crush on me or something?
Huh? No! I mean, I like you, but not like, you know, in that special way.
I'm joking, don't worry. No need to get all flustered. So, what did you want to know?
Well, since I told you about my dreams, I wanted to know about yours.
My dreams, huh? I don't really know. I've never thought too much about it.
Really? Is there anything you want to do once the war's over?
Just keep going with the mercenary thing. It's not like I can do much else.
But we'll finally have peace. You won't have to fight anymore.
Yeah, but that's all I've been doing even since before the war started. I'd just be going back to my old way of life. Killing monsters, guarding villages. There's still plenty of work, even in times of peace. And who's to say some enemy from outside Fodlan won't show up?
That may be true, but isn't it difficult having to constantly fight all the time?
Every job's got its tough parts, but the mercenary lifestyle's a perfect match for my personality. I can't even imagine settling down and establishing roots somewhere.
Yeah, that does sound like you.
Does it now?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just meant that you don't really seem like the kind of person who wants to stay tied down.
You think so? Well, whatever the case, I plan on earning my keep with my sword. As long as my body holds out, that is. What about you, Ignatz? You gonna stay a night once this thing's over?
I'm not sure. I'll have to cross that bridge when I come to it. But if my duties as a knight were to end at some point, then I guess that's when I could make my dreams a reality. If I were to do that, do you think you'd like to come with me as my bodyguard?
You do realize I'll be Fodlan's most sought-after mercenary by then. Well, I'm not gonna come cheap.
Oh, really? Then I'll have to work extra hard to save up some money. Because I really do want to travel with you.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Ignatz. I'll be counting down the days till then.
Oh, hello. Are you on your way to get something to eat?
Yeah, you?
I am. Shall we go together then?
Sure thing. I wonder what they've cooked up for us today. Ah, that was satisfying. Pretty nice getting such tasty meals all the time, huh?
I agree. The meal was lovely.
You didn't finish your meat again. It's kind of a waste, you know.
I ate a lot of the vegetables, so you can have it.
Hey, if you're offering... Wait a minute. Haven't we had this conversation before?
I think we have.
Did something happen to you, Marianne? You seem more relaxed today. In a good way, of course.
Oh no, nothing in particular. But I made a decision. I'm not going to worry about whether I bring misfortune to others or not. I've been a part of this army for a while now, and I've worked closely with everyone in it. And nothing terrible has happened to anyone as a result of being around me.
Well, of course nothing bad's happened.
I'm still a bit anxious about everything, but I decided to adopt a more easygoing attitude. I'd like to emulate you and your nonchalant demeanor. How you can just move through the world without a care.
You're making me sound kinda irresponsible. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I say if you want to talk to people, then talk to them. If you want to be alone, then do that. I really think it's best to just be yourself. Don't force anything.
Yes, I think so too. But I fear my adoptive father might chastise me again if I say that to him.
Yeah, he'll probably still tell you to make more of an effort.
Most likely, yes.
But hey, you never know. I don't think he'll be as insistent about it if he saw you now. You might not have noticed, but you're a lot different than you used to be. You're definitely somewhat sociable. More so, even.
I just hope that's good enough for him.
I'd like to think it will be. Well, I mean, I guess I don't really know what kind of guy your father is.
Sometimes I think you say whatever pops into your head without thinking. I suppose that's what I like about you, isn't it? I can already tell I'm going to learn a lot from you.
I wouldn't go that far.
Claude, I am well aware that we Leicester nobles will be cooperating with the Imperial forces moving forward. But House Gloucester has always prided itself on an amicable relationship with the Empire. This changes little for us.
I guess you're right. Your father did head up the pro-imperialist faction, after all.
Yes, until your wicked schemes severed their ties.
Do you really have to bring that up again? I thought I apologized for that.
I am simply stating the truth. If such words ring out as criticism to your ear, perhaps your conscience is the problem. But what I mean to say is, my house already had the foresight to do this previously. Your actions now are mere imitation.
I can see your point, though the logic is a bit forced.
It naturally follows that House Regan does not deserve to sit upon the Federation's throne. No, the people yet yearn for their rightful rulers, House Gloucester.
I'm pretty sure that's just your ego talking. I don't think people really feel that way.
Do not misunderstand. I am not opposed to your being king, for the moment at least. But your reign was granted by a round table conference, not blood, making you nothing more than an appointed monarch. And a temporary one, if I may. House Regan does not hold this position by birthright, and it will not stay with you in the future. No. The next to be put forth as king will be... why, of course it shall be me, Lawrence Hellman Gloucester. Some even propose I ascend the throne immediately if you begin to teeter toward ruin.
Yeah, you're really letting your ego run wild here. But I have to admit, the idea of a non-hereditary monarchy does sound interesting.
Doesn't it, though? My capacity for such thoughts is proof enough that I am suited to be king.
But I can't stand to think about going back to making that decision via round table. It'd be no different from how we used to do things in the Alliance.
Oh? Then how will we decide?
How about letting the people of Leicester choose? Left to their own devices, they'd probably pick whoever they thought would be the best able to protect them. Sounds pretty good, huh?
A preposterous suggestion. Is this in earnest? Though, such a method would prove a great boon for House Gloucester. The common folk in our territory have the utmost trust in us, after all.
And for once, I think that's fact, not ego talking. You do realize it would be the whole of Leicester choosing, though, right?
Not a problem. Our just rule is known far and wide through every mountain and ravine of Fodlan. I think. But let us set that matter aside for now. That is not what I came here to tell you. You should know, the role of king within the Federation is as of yet unstable. Proceed with caution, lest it all come crashing down around you.
You're right. Unlike the Empire to our south and Kingdom to our west, the Goddess's guidance didn't grace the founding of our Federation. So the role of king is a fragile one, held aloft only by the people supporting him. I'll be careful, just as you say. And thank you, Lawrence. I think I might just get through this with my wits intact if I have you here next to me.
Please do not get the wrong idea. I simply do not wish to see my beautiful home succumb to the foul clutches of despair.
Of course, of course. And I hope you keep coming to me to voice all your complaints. I'll be counting on you, Lawrence.
Aw. Surprised they get a CG in their support. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. Ha. Yeah.
Is that you back there, Hilda?
Ah! Yeesh, Holst, you scared me. How did you even know I was here?
I strive to keep my mind sharp and clear at all times. How then could I not recognize the presence of my own dear sister? It's a feat anyone can accomplish with good, honest training. You should try it sometime.
Honest training isn't really my forte. Same goes for our regular drills. If no one's making me do it, not a chance I'll even bother.
Ha! That's because you have the makings of a first-class prodigy. Even without putting in any hard work, your talent shines bright. But now that we're both here, why not train with me? It'll be just like old times.
You mean like how you used to carry me on your back while you were doing push-ups? No thanks. That was fun when I was little, but it'd be incredibly embarrassing now.
That's a shame.
By the way, Holst, how long are you planning on sticking around with us?
As long as I can. I'm not much use if I'm away from our king during a time of war. And though he surrendered his title, Father is still in fine health, so I have nothing to worry about by leaving our territory in his hands.
Uh-huh. So the fact that your little sister is here has nothing to do with you being here?
Not pleased with my answer, eh? I thought you hate it when I admit to being overprotective. But yes, of course you're the biggest reason why I'm here. I can keep you safe so long as you're close. Additionally, I must be on hand to punish any scoundrels who attempt to woo you.
Yeah, I don't love that part. It's not just scoundrels who are terrified to approach me now. Still, he's thinking about my well-being, so I guess that feels pretty good.
But there's actually another reason why I'm here.
Oh yeah?
The opportunity to cross swords with the mightiest warriors of the kingdom and the Knights of Seros doesn't often present itself. True valor is only polished in life or death battle, with the most powerful fighters. Just thinking of how I may one day encounter these veterans makes me tremble with anticipation.
Of course it does. So, that's the real biggest reason. I probably should have guessed.
No, don't get me wrong, Hilda. It goes without saying that the most important thing in my entire life is the well-being of my beloved sister.
Yeah, whatever you say. Good luck with the training.
Wait, I beg of you, wait! My dear Hilda, come back!
I think this goes here.
Hello, Hilda. I see you're organizing the gear again?
Not such a rare sight anymore, is it?
Sadly for me, no.
Why? Sad you lost a fellow lazy bones?
Just so.
Wait, really?
Yes. But actually explaining it in detail will take far too much effort. So let's just leave it at that.
Okay, now I'm extra curious. I know all about your dirty secret, you know. About how you actually take charge and work when there's no one else to step up. So why do you keep playing the I'm so lazy card all the time?
I thought you of all people would understand this, Hilda. After all, are we not peers who work only when absolutely necessary? Even when you push your own work on someone else, you do so only after carefully assessing their situation.
I told you I don't push work on people. I mean, sure, maybe I maneuver myself so they end up asking to help, at which point I leap at the offer, but I never actually ask. But I suppose you're right that I always assess the situation first.
Previously, I said you and I would never be able to reach common ground, but now I see that I was mistaken.
You're sure quick to change your mind when it suits you.
I merely find it unfortunate seeing you working as you are now, when before you only ever did what was strictly necessary. If you've taken up the mantle of doing unnecessary work, it leaves me looking like the only idler.
And?
As such, I will offer you my assistance. Let's hurry up and finish here so we can rest that much sooner.
Wait, but why?
Just as I told you, it won't do me any good to be the only one not working around here.
Still not following.
I've grown terribly tired of talking. Must I explain?
I mean, I'm not gonna force you to explain, but I sure wish you would.
Oh, very well. But only because it benefits all parties involved. If you split your work with me, the work becomes easier. And by doing this easy work, I can then avoid being defamed as a common bed slug. If the pair of us both work a little more than before, things become easier for everyone. So let's both work hard together. A little.
Alright. I mean, I guess that's good. Although I feel kind of like I'm being tricked somehow, so I'm not exactly happy about the whole deal.
Yes, yes. Let's just get this done already so I can return to a life of ease. I'm already asleep.
Delicious as always. All right, now that the old stomach's full, it's time to put my muscles to work.
Raphael, do you have a minute?
Oh, hey, Ignatz. I've got hours for you. What do you need?
Well, how would you feel about joining me? As a knight, I mean.
Me? Be a knight with you?
Yes. That's why you joined the academy, right? But all the roadblocks in your way have made you almost a mercenary at this point. As you know, I've been working as a knight under House Gloucester for a while now. And it seems I'm going to be rewarded rather well when this war is over, for all my achievements in helping the effort. I might even be able to use that newfound sway to recommend you for a position of your own, Raphael. Well, what do you think? It seems like a good plan to me.
Is that really what you want, Ignatz?
Huh? What do you mean?
Don't pretend like you don't know. We're friends, remember? I can tell in a flash when you're not being honest with me.
Well, I couldn't possibly spend all that reward money on my own, so...
That's not what I'm talking about. You're not happy staying as a knight, and you know it.
You really do see straight through me, Raphael. Honestly, I've wanted to make amends with you this whole time. Your parents died in my parents' stead, after all. I thought the least I could do was help you become a knight, like you always wanted.
Thanks, Ignatz. It makes me real happy to hear you say that. But you don't need to make anything up to me. And you definitely shouldn't be basing your life decisions on it. You got where you are with your own strength, right? You should be using that for what you want, not what you think anyone else does.
Raphael.
And you know, I'm totally okay not being a knight. Once this war is finally over, and we're at peace again, I'm gonna take over the inn. So don't worry about me, okay? Follow your own dreams, Ignatz.
I'm really no match for you, Raphael. But I'm proud to call you a friend. From the bottom of my heart.
Something fishy's going on. I hope they're not getting into trouble.
If it isn't little Hilda. Why the long face?
Ah, Balti.
You know, if Holst heard you were looking down in the dumps, he'd come flying faster than you can say overly attached. Of course, I won't be the one to tell him.
You'd better not. He's been acting strange lately. I'm actually starting to worry. Do you know what's going on, Balti?
Oh, me? Nah. How should I?
Well, the two of you have been hanging out an awful lot recently. Wait, don't tell me you've been corrupting him with your wicked ways. If I find out you're to blame for what's going on with him, so help me, Balti.
Take it easy, will ya? You've got the wrong guy. Besides, even if I was trying to use my wicked ways on him, which I'm not, what of it? You don't really think your brother would be swayed that easily, do you?
Fair point. My brother can't stand anything that isn't honorable and just.
That's the truth. There's not a soul better at keeping people in line.
Yeah, and if someone did try to corrupt him, he'd just beat them senseless. Then lecture them for hours on end.
And if by some chance he did give in, would you hate him?
Of course not. He's my brother, and I'll always love him no matter what. Not that I have to worry, since he's basically incorruptible.
Oh, my dear, precious sister. Is that what you truly think of me?
Ah! Holst! When did you get here?
I love you too, Hilda. Now come on and give your brother a big hug.
Baldy! How could you do this to me?
Wait, Hilda, I can explain. There's a really good reason for this. Honestly, really good.
You set me up! He heard everything.
Look, Holst told me he's been really worried about you lately. I just wanted the poor guy to hear what you had to say, that's all. Now he knows how you feel, so he doesn't have to worry anymore. All's well that ends well, yeah?
I am forever grateful, my friend. You have shown me the true nature of my darling sister's feelings.
Oh, man.
What are you two so happy about? I've never been more embarrassed in my entire life.
I'm sorry, Hilda. I was the one who talked Balthus into this. Please forgive this poor, misguided buffoon. Direct all your anger at me, along with your love.
You really are hopeless, aren't you?
Nonsense, Hilda. For you are my hope.
What are you even saying? Fine, do whatever you want. Just leave me out of it.
Never a dull moment with those two.
Alright, that's all the supports. So since we actually have A rank with Hilda now, I actually want to give her the Merc Whistle. Let's check real quick. What skill am I getting from her? Hold the button during strong attacks to greatly increase and add lightning damage, while charging enemies a long distance away will be drawn in.
Hello. Wow, are you serious? I'll cherish it forever. Here you go. You get something special too.
Alright. Let's get started on these. I say get started on these battles. Oh, hey, Holst.
Oh, Holst. What's going on?
Our king has agreed to meet with the Adrestian Emperor.
Claude's gonna talk to Edelgard?
Yes, and you'll be joining us. You're the only reliable bodyguard we could find on such short notice.
Okay then. Lead the way.
It's good to see you again, Claude. Congratulations on your coronation as the first king of the Leicester Federation.
What's this? The Empire has officially recognized our Federation? Why, Edelgard, I'm touched. But I did have my heart set on an apology. You launched an unprovoked attack against us after all.
Attack? The Empire merely responded to an invitation from Viscount Acheron of House Phlegethon. Alas, fortune turned against him at the Great Bridge of Murden, and he perished in the battle. As a result, we did garrison our army in Gloucester territory for a brief time. But I would hardly call that an unprovoked attack.
It's kind of mental gymnastics there, but yeah, sure.
And dead men tell no tales, right? Although I'll grant you that he sold us out to the Empire.
Whatever transpired, the Empire and the Alliance did end up at war with one another. And I do not deny that the Imperial Army caused harm within Alliance territory. We are prepared to offer appropriate restitution for that.
That works. We'll take tangible resources over insincere apologies any day. We can hash out the definition of appropriate later. Want to move on to the real reason we're here?
Yes, by all means. I trust you read my letter? The Central Church must be eliminated before Fodlan can be reborn. Your help would go a long way towards accomplishing that.
Oh, I read it all right. And from a personal standpoint, it's something I can get behind. But as the leader of the Federation, I can't say the same. You can't expect the people of Leicester to embrace this Southern Church that you've dredged up out of nowhere.
I must take issue with that assertion. The Southern Church has a long and storied history in Fodlan.
Nonsense. You hastily resurrected some dusty old sect and appointed the Empire's own Minister of Religious Affairs as its bishop. Do you honestly expect us to acknowledge such an obvious sham?
None of us will shed any tears if you do not. Nor did we truly expect that you would.
We do not care where the Federation places its faith, so long as it is not in the Central Church.
So all you're looking for is a little cooperation in taking them down? And I assume the Kingdom's on your hit list too, since they've given them sanctuary.
I understand the Federation faces challenges of its own. Surely you would prefer a quick return to stability at your borders with the Empire?
Oh? I'd like to hear a little more about these challenges you think we have, but maybe now isn't the best time.
Claude, we want stability. The decision is yours to make. Knowing you, I am certain you will carefully consider the costs and benefits, rather than let emotions dictate your decision.
All right, I'm in. Holst, do you feel satisfied with those terms?
Everything looks good to me. I'm especially glad we found a solution to the control of Murden.
Hubert, I trust you have no objections?
None, Your Majesty. All that remains is the placement of your seals.
Then let us conclude our discussions for now, and go inform the world that Adrestia and Leicester have joined forces for a brighter future.
Sounds like a plan to me. I, Claude von Regan, King of the Leicester Federation, hereby swear this pact. Leicester pledges to work in harmony with the Adrestian Empire, and do everything in its power to secure a peaceful future for Fodlan.
By the covenant between the red blood and the white sword that crowns the double-headed eagle, I, Edelgard von Hresfeld, hereby swear this pact. Adrestia pledges to work hand in hand with the Leicester Federation to deliver peace to the land and secure a future for all its people.
The pact is sealed.
And now it is our job to uphold it.
I'm sure you noticed how Edelgard wouldn't even deign to acknowledge your existence. How empty does it make you feel to witness history marching forward without any say in which direction it takes?
I never wanted to be the one making history. That's too big a role for a humble mercenary. That said, I don't know about this. The Kingdom and the Church are suddenly our enemies now? Is everyone really just gonna get on board with that?
There's unsettling truths. Alright. So let's do mercenary complications first. Then we'll start taking out some stuff on the map.
Okay, Shamir. Going somewhere?
Yep. Private matter. Be back in time for the next mission.
So you'll be away tonight?
Who knows? Could finish today. Might take longer.
Well, if someone asks where you are, what should I tell them?
Say you don't know, which is the truth. Later.
Shamir, wait.
Yeah?
I bet you're going to fight someone, right?
Good guess. Let's just say I'm going to cut off an old connection.
Sounds thorny. Would you mind telling us more?
Yes, I would.
Well then, can we come with you?
Look, it's nothing. A noble I used to work for asked me to do another job for them. I ignored it. They persisted. Turns out they have an interest in me. Now they're threatening to send mercs after me.
Wait, why?
It's a kidnapping, of a sort. If I refuse to go, they'll kill me. So, I'm going to strike first.
Bold move. Who are the mercs?
The Guardians of Fodlan.
That's the huge mercenary group that's been making a name for themselves in this war, right?
The very same. Although the noble in question only employs a single squad, not the entire force. I'd hoped not to see them again, but I don't mind killing them.
So you'll be fighting old friends?
Wouldn't go that far. We worked together once is all. Can I go now?
Not without me, you can't.
Figured you'd say that. And why do I need to involve you in my affairs exactly? Besides, this is going to be dangerous. These mercs have no qualms about using underhanded tactics. This army needs you two. It's not worth the risk.
But the army also needs you. Besides, I don't know what I'd do if something happened to you. And I'm not the only one who feels that way, right?
We're coming, and that's the end of it.
Whatever. Do what you want.
We will. Let's go.
Alright, mercenary company forces are routed. Shamir definitely needs a new fucking bow. Yeah, Bow of Zoltan works. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, 1500.
Enemy is encamped in the center area and has sent out scouts to find Shamir.
Trying to toy with me, eh?
I just realized I forgot to
Take the kill. Let's go.
equip my
The scouts are spread all over. Let's take each one outside.
What is it?
Don't alert the main force.
Gotta equip my extend range skill.
Say, Shamir, is there anyone in the enemy ranks that you're particularly close to?
Not anymore. Don't worry.
So if you're not close to people in this group anymore, does that mean you used to be? Close to someone, anyway.
You ask a lot of questions. Maybe try focusing on the fight instead.
I crossed swords with some of the Guardians of Fodlan back in the day. And despite their reputation, they were basically just a band of brigands. These are the same mercs, I swear.
That sounds like them, all right. An underhanded bunch who'd happily stab an ally in the back.
Every merc knows the life comes with risks, but getting betrayed by your own is rough.
You're telling me. Stand back!
Took out all the scouts, and the main force is none the wiser.
Then it's time to raid the camp in the center. Let's head for the open gate.
Take a breather.
Oh, I see.
Hey, it's my turn.
Okay, let's take the remaining strongholds.
It's my turn. Gotta keep. You weren't ready for me.
Let's do this!
Say, Shamir. Never mind. It's nothing.
Stay focused, Leonie. Lapses in concentration get people killed.
You like that? Let's do this!
You'll never know what.
Take a breather. I don't. Recognize many faces here. Maybe it's not the same squad I thought.
A lot of them probably died and got replaced. The Guardians tend to use people up.
Here it comes.
Ooh, there we go.
You're done.
61. Alright, 25 more kills.
I used to have an apprentice, you know. They were just like you, annoying. They got killed after being sent out as a decoy. My
Alright.
fault for not training them better.
I'm sorry to hear that, Shamir. But why are you telling me this?
Saw you weren't going to let it go. Figured now maybe you'll concentrate on the battle.
Too easy.
Wow, I guess all that combat experience comes in handy. That must be all of them.
Nope, that wasn't nearly enough. Plus, we didn't see a leader. Keep your guard up.
Let's get us those four
Folks
corners.
we sent out died already. Soft. Still, that means more pay for the rest of us.
Yep.
I've got it. I've got it. Let's give it a shot.
Got it.
I knew we'd find them. They're too stupid to retreat when they're beaten.
Dog. No idea why you decided to show, but it's the last mistake you'll ever make.
On me.
Apparently. Well, let's get this over with.
Alright then. Meet the mercs targeting me.
Training is one thing, but there's no substitute for actual combat.
Yep, nothing beats real battle experience if you're looking to improve.
These people don't seem to like you.
Yeah, they must have killed someone they cared about. Partner or apprentice or something.
Well, they're joining them.
All right, take it down.
These people are sloppy. They must have expected me to be alone.
Even if you were, they still wouldn't have been a match for you.
You bore a grudge against me this whole time? Must have been rough. You know, whenever I go soft and let someone walk away from a battle, it always comes back to bite me like this.
If you want to live longer, take mercy out of your vocabulary. I smell blood on the wind. We've got company.
We were supposed to take her alive, but dead pays just as well. Get her.
Seriously?
Oh, attacking Leone.
How many people did you bring just to take on Shamir?
Sorry to disappoint, girl, but I'll make up for it by killing you too.
I'll go in front.
Never did learn to hide their presence. Hence these pathetic surprise attacks.
My turn?
Not dying here.
Let's play a game. You're mine.
Yes, mercenary power. Take a breather.
Alright, that's that over with.
I bet the leader's patience is running thin.
If he could appear in the next minute. Oh, good, he's a great knight.
Why don't you give it a rest?
You're still alive. Huh. Guess it really is only the good who die young.
Oh, I had to stick around. So I could see you turned into a plaything for the boss.
Yeah, he won't be fucking fired up for long.
Much of a fight one-on-one.
On your guard, Leone. This one is better.
No, he's not. You don't have to make excuses for him, Shamir.
Kill for free. But in this case, I'll make an exception.
We won! Hooray!
Looks like that did it. Come on, let's go. Sorry I dragged you into this. Or, I guess you dragged yourselves. Either way, it's good you were there.
Oh, I don't know. I think you could have handled them pretty easily on your own.
Their aim was to overwhelm me with sheer numbers and wear me down. Against a force that large, it's entirely possible I could have lost.
Throwing so many men and women out there as cannon fodder is a horrific strategy.
They'd have found fame and glory if it had worked. And it's not like the dead can complain. Besides, the more of your comrades who die, the bigger your share of the reward. Pretty good deal if you're left standing when the dust settles.
Speaking of comrades, it seemed like some of our enemies knew you.
Yeah, we definitely fought before. But it was a long time ago, and I don't remember doing anything that would make it so personal.
Not unusual in this line of work. The longer you do this, the more grudges you earn, whether you remember them or not. You've been a merc for a long time, though. I assume that kind of stuff doesn't bother you anymore.
Yeah, mostly. I try to stay detached, but every now and again, something slips through.
I'm not so sure I could keep my emotions in check like that. I guess that shows how much further I still have to go. But this means things with that noble who used to employ you are over now, right?
Hope so. But she's a tenacious one.
Oh, so it's a woman? She must really want you back fighting for her.
Yeah, that's not the only thing she wants from me. Let's just say it's a mess and leave it at that. Just remember, if someone isn't interested, move on.
Interested in what? I don't understand.
Anyway, I'm gonna hit the hay. Thanks again.
Do you know what Shamir was talking about?
Yeah, let's,
You'll understand when you're older.
Well, now I'm really curious. I'll have to ask Shamir about it later.
Whew. Yikes. Alright, let's capture some territories.
To sum up, we've agreed to an armistice with the Empire. From now on, our enemies are the Kingdom and the Church of Seros.
The church is our enemy now? You say it like you're just moving pieces on a chessboard.
To be clear, this is not a repudiation of the teachings of Seros themselves. All we're aiming for is the dissolution of the Central Church.
That would mean killing Lady Rhea. Is that really the right thing to do?
I didn't speak with them very much, but Sedith and Lady Rhea didn't seem like bad people.
Those two aren't what they seem to be. If what the Empire says is true, that is.
I hate to say it, but it sure sounds like you let the Empire talk you into buying the whole store.
Look, the Empire is obviously trying to use us as a means to their own end. But do you honestly think I'd agree to a deal that sets them up better than us? I'm using them right back. The balance of power in Fodlan has already collapsed. If we just sit on the sidelines, our position is only going to get weaker. By cooperating with the Empire, we can expand our influence and power as much as they do, if not more. This is the only way we can end the war quickly while maintaining Leicester's independence.
And for that purpose, you would throw Fargus to the wolves, despite holding no animosity towards them?
You and I may not hold any grudges, but if you look to our history, you'll see it was the Kingdom who tossed us to the wolves first. When our people were fighting for independence from the Empire, Fargus attacked and conquered Leicester for themselves. And even after we finally won our freedom in the Crescent Moon War, they've continued to meddle in our affairs, like causing that rift in House Daphne.
Yes, well...
Besides, they're harboring the Central Church, and I can't condone that. I've always been skeptical of that dogma they preach. It's just a way for them to force their own belief system onto everyone else. Their creed legitimizes Fodlan's system of nobility, which values crests above all else and leaves no room for people of different backgrounds or faiths. And if what the Empire says is true, then I couldn't even begin to count the number of crimes the Central Church has committed.
Claude, are you saying that you intend to destroy our current system of nobility? Because that...
I have news. A battle has broken out in ALL between Imperial troops and the Knights of Seros.
The Imperial Army has already stationed troops as far north as Aelel?
That's a little too close to Daphnel territory for my liking.
It seems Catherine is commanding the Knights. The Imperial troops are in for a serious fight.
Catherine was definitely the strongest out of all the Knights of Seros.
What shall we do, Your Majesty? If we're to honor the pact we just signed, we should go and reinforce the Imperial troops.
Yeah, you're right.
Not so fast. We have not finished our conversation. Just what exactly are your intentions for Fodlan, Claude?
Honestly, I want to break this place wide open and tear down every last one of its insular customs. If we can't do that, then there's no real path forward. Now is the time to steel ourselves and take action.
Are you sure? How exactly are you planning to explain all that to the people in the Federation who adhere to the Church's teachings?
Oh, I already have something in mind. In fact, I'll need your help to see it through.
Well, you'll have it. I just hope whatever you've got up your sleeve is actually a good idea.
It is. Judith, Lawrence, I need you to trust me and follow my lead for now, okay? Now, let's go wipe out those knights near Daphnel territory. Everyone, prepare to move out.
You good with this, Shamir?
I told you before, I'm not part of the Knights of Seros anymore.
But we're gonna be fighting Catherine this time. Didn't you two used to be real close?
We were partners back then, but that's all in the past. Now we walk our own paths. I won't hesitate to do what must be done.
Not even a hint of doubt. She really is something.
I have a proposal.
Oh yeah,
Carry
sure.
this out effortlessly.
Oh wait, no, actually, I wanted to. Oh well. Ooh, there's a recipe. I do kind of want to get that. Alright, so I'll do that battle.
What do you think?
You there.
For bows,
Greetings.
Hey!
Uh-huh.
yeah, alright. Alright, rout the enemy. I'll bring Shamir for this one.
Who, me?
The fight starts now. Everyone ready?
Feel free to do my share of the fighting, too.
Is that all we've got?
I'm dragging the others down. Looks like we got a live one. Time to get in there and fight.
This doesn't look good. Still improving.
Can't believe how far you've come. Is that all we've got?
We can skip my turn, you know.
Take a breather.
We can skip my turn.
We've won. Great job, everyone.
That should come in.
I see.
Ooh, free 4 juices. Alright, take and deal increased damage in this battle. Defeat Viscount Albany.
Oh yeah!
507 minutes, okay.
The fight starts now.
I keep fucking forgetting to,
This is the big one. Give it everything you got.
Feel free to do my share of the fighting, too.
Let's show them what we've been training for.
The stronghold's ours.
Still improving. You always come through for us, even more than I expected. I've got a real bad feeling about
for some
this.
reason Claude is off fighting archers.
No problem. This place won't be a problem anymore.
You didn't think you could stop me, did you?
There we go.
Wait for me, everyone. I'll be back.
We won't let this opportunity go to waste.
Skip my turn, you know. Wanna see what I've got? Here we go. Here's the finisher.
Take a breather. Just in time. We could use a hand.
Is that all we've got?
Let's carve a swath through the battlefield.
My accomplishments won't mean a thing if I'm not still standing when the battle's over.
That's what you're really capable of? Woo! My heart's pounding.
Each
changing.
It's coming. It's over.
No problem. My turn.
It tastes more bitter than blackest coffee.
Howdy. And my head just keeps getting bigger.
Nice one.
Don't mind if I do.
All right, a successful mission.
This is a huge victory. I'm glad I made the effort. Not
Hey!
Alright. Let's do some of this stuff.
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has
Those
its use.
4 juices, too.
Hey there. Need something?
What? Oh, I already know what weapon I want to forge. Oh, right, I don't have any fucking mithril. That's why I wasn't doing that one. Alright. So I guess I won't do that then. Forge, alright, bar. Oh, right, no mithril. I'm gonna reforge the Scythe of Sariel.
Is this it? Is this it?
There we go.
See you around.
care to make yourself useful?
That should do it.
Fine. I couldn't have done it.
We all must do our fair share. Care to make yourself useful? We all must do our fair share.
Alright, now training.
Time to work you into shape.
Any pairs that I want to switch up? everyone else the same. Alright, so Shamir needs a new class. Is there a line that I want to send her down? She gets physic. I'll do warrior for her since she gets strength +5.
On your way to fight?
This is...
I've got...
I'll put...
How?
This...
Not...
Before I fucking forget again, for like the 50th fucking time, let me set this fucking ability that I have so it actually can be used. What do I want to get rid of though? I'll get rid of boost crit. Because I want to use, where is it? Range Master. Increased attack range. I went through the trouble to get that unique skill, and goddammit, I want to fucking use it. Who are these NPCs? I was hoping for an alliance with the kingdom, but I guess I was barking up the wrong tree.
What do you say?
Never even crossed my mind that we'd ally with the Empire. Can we truly trust them? Well, this just proves how much Lester has changed. Never imagined there would be a ceasefire between Adrestia and Lester. Just goes to show that anything is possible. I don't particularly care what happens to the Empire anymore, but it's awfully unpleasant to fight them.
Excellent.
So I welcome that sort of alliance. It's probably safe for me to take naps again without a care in the world.
Let's see.
Yeah, they won't ask you to help with the battle prep as much if we're not fighting with the Empire. Precisely. I might even be able to add an evening nap to my schedule. Alright, before we head in, I'm just gonna run real quick. I'll be right back. let's get started.
From the looks of it, I'd say the Knights of Seros have the Imperial forces on the back foot.
The Imperial army is being led by Randolph, one of Count Burgley's relatives. He's supposed to be quite a formidable warrior, but then again, he's up against Thunder Catherine. Hard to consider him the favorite in that fight.
Even so, it doesn't look like the battle will be decided anytime soon. We can afford to take our time.
But won't things get real bad for the Imperial army if we don't bail them out soon?
I'm sure they will. But if we rush in without a solid plan, we'll be the ones getting stuck with the business end of Thunderbrand. We'll swoop in with a surprise attack right when their defeat seems all but certain. For now, we should prepare for the battle ahead.
I've seen that look before. Claude's got another scheme brewing.
Does he? I still can't tell what's going on in that guy's head.
Alright, defeat the Church of Seros army. Imperial soldiers are routed. Well, obviously yes. Oh, increase your army's movement speed. Hell yes. Can't even need to fucking think about that. So yes, Constance and Happy, recruit them. I'll keep Lysithia and Raffin.
I fight for my
I'll bring
land of
Petra.
home.
Alright, 1,500 kills.
We should move.
Begin. I am advancing.
You can count on me.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, let's do this. Don't worry, I won't slack off.
Let's try this. Let's see how this goes. Move before the Imperial army is wiped out. Launch the surprise attack.
What army is that? Wait, are they attacking us?
Let's take it down at once.
The Federation army has come to our aid. Now we can assist Lord Randolph. The Federation army has come to our rescue. I thank you. We don't have to worry about attacks from the rear now.
Leave this to me. I will not waver.
You're done!
We really want to take out Thunder Catherine. This is the best way to play it.
Claude, is something wrong?
No, it's nothing.
Alright, Imperials are the allies.
Randolph, you can sense you're outmatched, can't you? You have no hope of winning. Surrender now!
I've been gradually gaining reinforcements. Now is my chance to seize victory. We did it!
Now the Imperial army can rally their forces.
We'll hold here until all the commanders going to aid Randolph reach the stronghold.
We can skip my turn, you know.
Is everyone ready? Then let's hurry to Lord Randolph's aid.
Wanna see what I've got? Here we go! Here's the finisher!
Begin. The Sky Spirit watches over me.
You can count on me.
The Imperial army has rallied. They might turn the tables on us at this rate. Main forces with me. We're going to strike right in the center. Everyone else, circle around behind the enemy. Move out!
No problem, I got it.
Time to wreck stuff.
Thunder Catherine is on the move. Now's our chance to capture the enemy strongholds.
For a surprise attack to be successful, it needs to be executed quickly. Or that's what I read in the book on tactics, anyway. Now we can cover ground more quickly.
Enemy messenger? Yeah, let's do this. You're not getting past me.
The Imperial army will scatter if Randolph falls. Keep advancing!
No problem, take a breather.
I heard the rumors, but I never imagined she was this strong.
Claude, are you certain this is the best course? The Imperial army is struggling.
Yeah, that's just what I expected. Right now, we need to get a move on and capture those strongholds.
At this rate, the Imperial army's gonna get crushed.
I aspire to improve.
Shouldn't we go help them?
I guess running away is our only option.
Do not let any of them escape. We take all of them down right here, right now.
What is the Federation army doing?
Oh, there's Happy. And Constance.
Now it is my turn. There is nothing I cannot do.
Let's try this. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, let's do this. Don't worry, I won't slack off.
All right, here I go. There's nothing these muscles can't do.
Begin. The Sky Spirit watches over.
You can count on me.
I'll do my best.
I thought they'd rush to our side.
Hey, Claude, we need to get out there and help the Imperial army or it'll be too late.
I hear you, but capturing the strongholds takes priority. Make sure everyone knows that.
I have no other choice. Everyone, fall back! We must abandon this front and regroup! Lord Randolph, the gate is closed and blocking our escape route. We cannot get past it. What is the meaning of this? Is the Federation army leaving us to die?
It's pretty fucked.
Nicely done.
Here it comes! Out of the way! You're done!
And Catherine launched a surprise attack on Randolph and killed him.
Choice, Randolph.
Is this the end?
Welp.
I'd hoped to help them after surrounding the knights, but there just wasn't enough time.
Lady Catherine, the Federation army has us completely surrounded.
They let their allies die in order to trap us? Hurry and forge an escape route! We will find a way to survive this!
Alright, Catherine's retreating. And Constance's unhappy.
I will proceed swiftly to Catherine's aid.
They surrounded us, huh? We're in hot water now, Kathy. If we can convince some of them to surrender, we'll reduce our number of casualties.
I don't think she's a knight.
She might surrender if we talk to her.
We can't let a single one get away. We have to whittle down the church forces as much as possible.
I am at the height of my powers under the darkness of night.
Could you maybe let me go? I'd really rather not sigh if I can avoid it.
Hey, you're not with the Knights of Saros. You got noble written all over you. Why not join us? We'll treat you right. Changing place.
Maybe that's for the best. After all, I have a dream to fulfill.
We are to claim victory by sacrificing the Imperial Army? How is this conscionable?
Sacrificing our allies in order to win. Is that really the kind of leader you are, Claude?
I hate having to fight all the time. Hey, why don't we just stop? You dying here won't accomplish anything, right? You got me there.
My turn?
I guess I'll do what you ask. You did beat me after all.
What a mess I've gotten myself into. We'll just have to buckle down and prepare for a fight.
There we go.
We changing places? Thunder Catherine's the only one left. Everyone, attack!
I'll take as many of you Federation cowards with me as I can. You won't defeat me that easily. Come on, give me all you got. I'm not finished yet. You shall feel my wrath.
And there goes Catherine.
I will never let you lay a finger on Lady Rhea with those filthy hands.
That was an ugly battle.
Yeah, Claude, what the fuck was that about? great commanding out there, dude.
Your Majesty, it appears that none of the Church's soldiers have survived the battle.
What about our allies?
The Federation troops sustained minimal casualties. However, the Imperial forces appear to have been wiped out. That includes General Randolph.
I'm sorry to hear that. Tell everyone to start getting their things together.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Not one enemy made it off the battlefield alive. From a tactical standpoint, that's an ideal outcome. At least, it's supposed to be. But it still leaves me with a bad taste in my mouth. Even so, the only way I can go is forward. Now that I've taken this first step, there's no turning back. Not after what I've already done. These hands will never be clean again. More fighting means more strength.
I won't let myself stop here. Claude, what happened out there? You left those Imperial troops to die. Was that your plan all along?
I wanted to win that battle with as few casualties on our side as possible. What other choice did I have?
You had plenty of other options. Did you really think we couldn't handle it?
Our military capabilities only go so far. We can't risk losing even one of our capable commanders, no matter how unlikely that might be.
But that kind of thinking got Randolph killed. You signed that pact. Wasn't he supposed to be our ally? I don't see the value in sacrificing lives that we might have been able to save. How does that make you any different from the nobles who just throw mercenary lives to the wind? Am I gonna be next?
Of course not. I could never replace you. Please, you've got to understand that.
You should listen to what your commander is saying, Your Majesty. Everyone else feels the same way, myself included. You're the king of the Leicester Federation. You have to conduct this war in a way that inspires people to follow you.
I hear what you're saying, but what good does it do if we fight honorably just to lose?
Why are you assuming we'd lose? You should know better than to write off your own army like that. Don't you agree, kid?
You need to have more faith in us. Otherwise, we're not gonna be able to put our faith in you.
You're not fighting this war by yourself. We're all a team here. So you need to sit down and have a long, hard think about what that really means.
Okay. I'll give it some thought. But I can't guarantee I'll arrive at the answer you want me to. I'm going to follow the path I believe in. That's what I set out to do as king. Let's just make sure Randolph's remains get back to the Empire for a proper burial.
Golden Wildfire. Love and loss. The formation of the Leicester Federation astonishes onlookers in all corners of Fodlan. But the treaty between the Federation and the Empire proves to be an even greater shock. Claude decides to send troops into the kingdom. However, his rash actions only spawn more problems, one of which is currently creeping towards him.
Randolph, why have you come back to me like this?
Lady Fleisch, please. You must get a hold of yourself.
My brother... How did this happen?
Lord Randolph fought bravely against Thunder Catherine. He managed to create an opening for the Federation army to swoop in and rout the Church's forces. It was a crushing victory. For the Federation, that is.
What? You were there? But the Federation said there were no survivors from the Imperial Army.
When it became clear what transpired, Lord Randolph bid me, and only me, to escape with my life. He did this so I could tell you, Lady Fleisch, how his death came to pass.
He did?
The King of Leicester used us as decoys. He was able to seize victory by leaving us for slaughter. When I think of how tragic it is that Lord Randolph should be cut down in the prime of his life.
He was left to be slaughtered? They must pay for what they've done. I swear to you, dear brother, I will not let them get away with this. Please, I implore you, gather what soldiers you can. Skilled mercenaries too, anyone you can find. I will empty our vaults, borrow money from the Count, whatever it takes to pay them.
But Lady Fleisch, whatever for?
For revenge against the King of Leicester. I will have his head.
Understood. I will make the arrangements at once. That was almost too easy.
You feeling any better?
I'm going to assume that was probably one of those who slither in the dark.
I have to say, I'm still not used to this new look of yours.
That makes two of us. But it will...
Sure hope that's the case. We're going up against the Alliance again. To be honest, I'm feeling a little uneasy about this one.
I will.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's just the Knight Captain's sword scene.
It's been a while since we last gathered here. I wasn't sure there'd ever be another round table conference again.
It's still a good way to pool our information, right? Much easier than trying to hunt each of you down individually.
But is it really okay for us to be sitting here with everyone else?
Should us commoners even be here at all?
Of course. I want you all here. And if you have something to say, don't hold back, all right?
If that's the case, then I'll just say it. I'm starving.
Okay, Raphael, maybe hold back a little. Let's check in with how things stand across the Federation. Any shifts in public opinion?
For the moment, at least, it remains unchanged. Despite our declaration of war on Lady Rhea and the Central Church, the individual churches in our cities and villages have remained calm. So long as services continue as they always have, we may not see any particular unrest among the common folk.
It's the same in Ordelia territory. My father didn't try to sugarcoat the news when he announced it to our people. But surprisingly, there haven't been any signs of disorder.
The same goes for Goneril territory. If anything, things seem more stable now than before. That's why I'm able to keep fighting alongside all of you.
This is also true of Edmund territory.
I guess no one in Leicester is all that upset about Lady Rhea becoming our enemy then.
I doubt most commoners would even recognize Rhea. So I guess it makes sense they wouldn't care too much about her.
Then it seems we've avoided the worst-case scenario. All that work from the Eastern Church must have really paid off.
The Eastern Church? It's the branch of the Church of Seros that covers the Leicester region. They don't have much of a presence compared to the Western Church, but their bishop is a really upstanding individual. The bishop advised the regional priests to respond calmly to the news, so they wouldn't cause panic in their congregations. All things considered, it looks like continuing our war against the Central Church and Fargus won't be a problem.
So we're really going after the kingdom, huh?
It's our best hope of ending this war quickly while maintaining our independence. To be clear, I'm not suggesting we burn our way through Fargus, pillaging everything in sight. Yes, we're going to defeat the kingdom and wipe the Central Church off the map. But we're going to do so in a way that spares as many lives as possible. And that's why you're all here. I want to tap into your collective wisdom to figure out the best way to go about this.
So you finally decided to rely on your friends a little.
Don't mock me, Judith. I've depended on all these fine people this whole time. I just figured I could be making even better use of their strengths. If anyone has any thoughts about my methods, I'm all ears. I need your help here.
You can count on us. Isn't that right, Ignaz?
Huh? Oh, right. We all need to work together to end this war.
Well, I guess if you need our help that badly, who am I to say no? And what do you think?
Hey, you can count on me. And not just for my muscles either. I'm pretty sure I've got some wisdom kicking around up here.
Such confidence. I assume this is because you're finally putting some faith in me. I'm so glad you've come around.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Then, without further ado, let's figure out our next move.
The time has come to put my intellect to good use. You will be the mouthpiece for my thoughts, I trust.
Don't get too carried away, yeah? They're not expecting much from me here.
Oh, this is just one battle. I think I'll just save it for tomorrow. I don't really feel like going much further today. Try to figure out the intricacies to this fucking recruitment tomorrow. Alright.
Here's what I had in mind.
Let's see. Wield swords,
What if we-
bows,
I
or
got an idea.
lances.
Here's
Yeah, let's
what
go
I had in-
swords.
I've got this under control.
One step at a
Give me
time.
more bond with Holst. Alright.
I wish to speak
It's quite
with you.
difficult to get people to band together for a common cause. Each person is their own entity, which means they have differing desires and goals. And yet, since ancient times, people have thought it wise to try and unify all those viewpoints under a single king. I wonder how long it'll be until we break free from that custom.
What can I do for
The Eastern Church doesn't keep an order of knights because we do not believe in using force to chastise our believers. House Nilsson is charged with keeping order within church territory. They have forbidden the use of any soldiers, even for self-defense. I hope it is now abundantly clear how different we are from the Central Church. Our employer Irvin ordered us to look after his son, all while he's off fishing on the Great Bridge of Murden without a care in the world. I wish my life was that free and easy, but the pay is good, so I guess I can't complain.
Did you need me?
I knew we'd eventually have to fight the kingdom, but I really don't want to.
Let's
I've just been
see.
thinking of all the times I visited the Blue Lions classroom at the academy.
Let's
Yeah, I
see.
know what you mean. It's never easy to fight people you know. I already went through all this when we battled the Empire. Just thinking about having to do it again makes me sick to my stomach. Wars are seriously the worst. I hope we can put an end to all this soon.
How's it going? Well,
How's our leader holding up? Or I guess I should call him King now. It was a tough call to sacrifice his allies like that, but he can't start second-guessing himself because of it. No worries there. He got the message loud and clear. I certainly hope so. Because if he makes a mistake, we're all dead.
Do you have a minute?
I traveled through the 3 territories on the western edge of Leicester. They were rife with chaos. Though apparently the nobles have started working to restore public order. Can't say I know what changed their attitude so suddenly. Opinion is split on whether the Empire or the Kingdom is stronger. The Empire wins in terms of pure military might, but the Kingdom has a strong tradition of knighthood that makes them formidable in their own right. Plus, they have the Knights of Saros on their side. They won't be an easy opponent.
Greetings, friend. Nothing to
Greetings,
report.
Commander. Nothing to report. Maybe it's just my imagination, but everyone's a lot more chipper now. That's great. I'm gonna do my best to keep this positivity going.
Good to see you.
I don't understand people who choose to bicker about the whys and hows of battle when the outcome is always the same. No matter what choices are made, blood will always be shed and countless lives will always be lost.
Well,
In my opinion, people have an unfortunate tendency to overthink the means while woefully underthinking the ends.
let's
Got a
see.
point, yeah. Nice thing is, Claude's keeping his door open for anyone who has something to say. Trust me, I've already spoken my mind. Good for you. I, however, have no desire to question our leader. Only all the worries surrounding his decisions. The end result is the same either way.
You seem well.
Well, I'm certainly glad Claude abandoned that self-righteous attitude of his. However, he has yet to earn my full trust. This is but a mere step down the path to true kingship. I will be immensely disappointed if the coming battles do not mold him into the kind of king I want to serve.
Understand?
If that does not come to pass, it will be exceedingly difficult for me to accept his plans for Leicester. Bunch of stuff changed all at once, and now I have no clue what's going on. Why can't our enemies just stay the same? I can't keep up. Don't say it. I know, you're right. It's my fault for shutting myself away.
Hey there.
My lord, Baron Albrecht, has an older brother who's gone missing. His mother is offering quite a tidy sum to anyone who finds him, dead or alive. He is the son of a previous wife, so I imagine the Baron's mother thinks he poses a threat to their position.
I need you for a sec. I'm counting on you.
Hey, you're better at studying than me, right? Could you teach me how when you got the time? I've been wanting to get back to it, since we didn't get to finish the school year at the academy.
Right on.
That's great, Raphael. I'll do whatever I can to help.
Thanks.
Thanks. I get absolutely nowhere when I try to study on my own. I probably won't ever be as smart as the others, but I want to make sure I'm not holding them back. I see we were the only ones whose lives were so graciously spared.
Talk to me.
Yeah, but we weren't really part of the Imperial Army or the Knights of Saros. We'd probably be dead right now if we hadn't sided with the Federation, huh? Pretty scummy if you ask me.
You sure?
That's not true at all. Though we're obviously grateful that you decided to help us out. Refusal was never an option to begin with. But in any case, we will do our utmost to support you. Maybe let's not promise that, Coco. You'll change your tune as soon as it gets cloudy. I had been in the Empire until I heard that the Alliance recently became the Federation. I came hoping to see what interesting things might occur.
I'm counting
I have a
on you.
feeling that Fodlan's future hinges on what King Claude does next.
Yes.
The easiest time to be hunting a mighty beast is when it is stalking other prey. Then you can be hunting both together. Claude is thinking like a good hunter. But people are here thinking this strategy is not good. In Brigid, we would be giving him praise. Man, no love lost for the Empire, huh? Well, completely understandable.
By the way,
I heard that General Randolph was actually the nephew of Count Burgles, the Empire's Minister of Military Affairs, and that he'd been trying to elevate his family's position through his military accomplishments. I think his younger sister's in the Imperial Army too. She must be devastated right now. I think we'll be finding out how devastated she is soon enough.
Hello. Did you know?
I've been pretty anxious to go against the Central Church. Everyone in my territory believes in the teachings of Saros, even if they aren't all devout followers.
You've made
Thank
my
goodness
day.
there weren't any riots. I suppose that's all due to the Bishop of the Eastern Church.
If I may.
Speaking of which, apparently Judith had a word with her before all this had happened. I hear they've been good friends for a long time. That probably helped smooth things over too. The longer I'm in this army, the more I run into people I don't want to see. It'd be bad news if they figured out where I am.
what do you think?
Let me guess. You busted someone up. I can help mediate any fights if you want.
Yeah.
No, I like my brawls big and loud. I don't care how many buddies my opponent brings. I'll take them all down. Anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. It's people from my old home.
Thoughts?
Well, let's just forget about all that. Want to go grab some food? Your treat, of course. That's not usually how people say that, but okay, Balthus.
Got a minute? Hey there.
Hey, John. I wanted to thank you again.
Huh?
Thank me for what?
Thanks.
You've taken a weight off my shoulders. I'm grateful for that. You and Judith really let me have it after I let Randolph die. That gave me the push I needed to stop getting caught up in my own ideas and discuss them with people.
I'm counting on you.
I'm counting on you, you hear? Not just for your brawn, but your brains, too.
Do you have a minute?
This change from the Alliance to the Federation will be but a tiny footnote in Foland's long history. Lester used to be under the Empire's control, then the kingdom took them over. Eventually, they rebelled and became independent. So it would hardly be a surprise that the Federation now expanded further into the kingdom.
Jeez.
I'm glad to see His Majesty in a much better mood. He should be fine now. You act like his older sister. Older sister, eh? You flatter me. She strikes me as more of a mother figure. She's got this maternal love thing going on. It's true. I'm certainly always scolding him like a parent. The mere thought makes me think of His Majesty's true mother, Lady Tiana. She was a woman of exceptional beauty.
Come to think of it.
If I recall correctly, she was a close friend of yours, Judith.
Okay.
That's an understatement. We were like sisters. I could talk to Tiana about anything. It was such a shock when little Claude just turned up one day with a letter from her.
I see.
Ah, so that's why you've always supported him, even before he became the Alliance leader. Of course. My best friend asked me to help him, but he hardly needs me anymore. That boy's gonna do just fine. That's a lot of death flags you're raising, Judith. I cannot definitively say that Claude made a mistake during the battle in Aelel. He sacrificed one person to ensure the rest of us would survive. If he hadn't done that, my friends might not be here today. As long as the war continues, people will suffer. Both our enemies and our allies.
How's that?
I think it's only natural to at least want to at least protect those closest to you. But in truth, no one person's life is more valuable than another's. It is never right to sacrifice someone.
Let's give it a try.
And so, all I can say is that I want the war to end as soon as possible. That is all.
For some training? Oh yeah.
Gerald's mercenaries should still be working for the Imperial Army.
What do you think?
We might not get another chance to battle them now that we're fighting the kingdom and the church.
You sure?
I wouldn't say that. Mercenaries can always change employers, so we don't know for certain they won't ally with the kingdom. Sure, but I doubt the Empire will let such a valuable asset go. Wait a sec. We might fight alongside the Imperial Army at some point. Which means we could end up fighting with them as allies. That would be amazing. I was flabbergasted that a commoner like me was allowed to participate in the Round Table. I guess we're really starting to see some changes now that we're the Federation.
Right on.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that commoners can have a say in the government.
I see.
Yes, I need to get accustomed to espousing my own viewpoint as well, instead of just following orders. Don't think there's anything else I wanted to do today. So I think for now I'm going to end things off. And tomorrow we'll pick up from chapter 10 we're on, right? Yeah, on chapter 10. And we will proceed from there. Alright, so thank you guys so much for coming out. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more Three Hopes, which might be the last one we do for a little while. I'm sure I'll stream it again from time to time, but I'm probably going to be focusing on Xenoblade 3 when that comes out on Friday, so... I mean, hey, I'll let you guys know when I feel like streaming this again, so... I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Three Hopes. Have a good day, everyone. I'll see you later. Alright, bye.